Now we're recording as well.
All right, perfect.
Are you doing the intro, or do you want to do the intro?
No, we can do intro later.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you remember what you have to say for the intro? Is that why?
No, you might,
We'll record it.
you might as well do the intro now. Go ahead.
All right. Welcome to Dynamics Corner podcast. I'm your co-host, Kris.
That was such a great intro, Kris. I'm just floored and overwhelmed by how much effort you put into that.
I know, quick and fast.
And this is Brad. This episode was recorded on October 17th, 2023. Kris, here we are together doing a summit recap, day one, in person, all together with Kristen and Søren. Kristen and
Welcome.
Søren, thank you for taking the time to speak with us. As always, it's a pleasure to speak with you and to see you both in person for this wonderful episode.
Anytime.
You don't have your media thing to like do the clap.
Well, we can do real claps, Kris. We're all together
Yeah.
and we can hear it. We can hear it. So, Kristen, day one, is it worth all of the hype? Or does the hype match up to the conference, I
Yeah,
should say?
I think it does. I mean, there's been several rooms that I've seen that have had people sitting on the floors, out the door. I think the users that I've talked to are super excited to be here to learn. When I mention to them, Microsoft is here, they get even more excited. They see that they care about the community, and it feels good. Day one feels good.
That's great. So you didn't hear what she just said. She has been preparing everyone that you're a celebrity now. Like she just put you up on the pedestal that now everyone wants to meet you and see you. How does that make you feel?
Being a celebrity, I don't think that's the case, and I would feel a bit awkward. if that's the case.
So how was your day one? I know you arrived late last night. I'm sure you're tired, but did you have the opportunity to explore and participate in any of the sessions or events today?
Yeah, and actually, the keynote made a few impressions already. As a person who's worked with BC and then NAV for many years, and as you know, NAV and BC has always been a very partner-focused product because we sell it through partners. It was new to me the size of and the, let's say, the level of engagement in this community, very much driven by end users.
Yes.
But that was just like, it feels like a whole new door being opened into a sort of a parallel community, basically, because we're used to a community consisting of partners primarily. So that's just super cool. Can't wait. For me, that feels like for someone who works with like user experience a lot, it feels like a lot of untapped potential there to get that knowledge of all those end users.
Well, this is the right conference for that because I think approximately 60% or more than 60% of the participants or registrants, from what I understand, are end users, not of just Business Central, of all of the applications that are here, but you have a good pool to solicit feedback on, like you had mentioned, what you're concerned with the onboarding, which is great. Kristen, which sessions have you gone to?
I went to one this morning about generational gap in the workforce and talking about the different generations like millennials and all of
missed
that,
that
and how
one.
we
I
think.
would have enjoyed to hear more about that in that session.
It was good. I would say over half of the room were recruiters in that room.
Oh, seriously?
They were like eating it up, trying to
I
figure
didn't
out.
realize they're out here too.
Oh, they're here and they're like sharks, because they're looking for their next.
They must have seen this
placement.
session in the agenda.
Well,
Yeah, but
this is the perfect pool. You want
Absolutely.
anything, Business Central, CRM, GP, FNSCM, everybody's here. So if you're
Yeah.
looking for talent, this is, you don't have to go too far.
Yeah,
You can
absolutely.
throw a rock and you can hit 20, 30 talented members of the community. So it's good.
Absolutely. One of the discussions within the panel was just what are new up and coming out of college folks like looking for in a workplace, and someone said that when he starts a new position, if he doesn't feel good, within a month, he's leaving, he's quitting and leaving, and I think there's a little bit of discussion around that. And then also with the recruiters, like how many people do you place? And then like 6 months or a year later, are they coming back looking to be placed again, you know, and actually none of the recruiters rose their hands saying that people are coming back, which is good. But yeah, the room was packed, well, not packed per se, but packed with recruiters, and it was a good conversation.
I could see that being a good conversation because we've spoken before about how generationally decisions are made differently for many reasons, whether things that were going on, society issues that maybe were occurring during the time of somebody's upbringing or when they're joining the workforce versus now, you know, their values, their morals, and their ethics might be slightly different. So the decision process is different as well. And it's important, I think, to have awareness of that in business so that you can understand your peers, you know, if they're not in the same generation, as we call it, you know, to maybe understand how they're thinking, which can help you work better together. So, Søren, did you hit any sessions, or do you have any more comment on that?
Yeah, just to comment on that piece, because I think some people say that even just like the whole notion of having one career maybe doesn't make sense for the very young people today. Like for us, we have one field, we dive into that, we hold our expertise at that field for many years. But for the young people today, I think we should be much more prepared for people to say, you know, I do this for 4 years, then I'll maybe do something else for 4 years,
Yeah.
and then something else entirely. So like constantly educating, like in ways that we have never been used to. I say that as a guy from '77, but yeah. But I think that's
Not quite a
businesses need to be
dinosaur,
prepared
but
to that,
almost a dinosaur.
almost a dinosaur. And then you one of the other things that sort of made an impact this morning was in the keynote. I actually like someone like I'm one that cares a lot about diversity and women in tech and so on. So there are two things in the keynote this morning that was just great. So the first diversity topic, almost at the beginning of the keynote, was uh, the guy who opened the keynote said, you know, that he was dyslexic. And it was just a very brave thing to sort of open with openly and sort of like bringing in all those hidden disabilities forward and, you know, sharing them. Maybe it turns out, as we talked about in ours, and last time that we spoke, that maybe they're not disabilities. Maybe there can be turned around to be superpowers. I think that was a very powerful message, actually. Really like that.
I agree with you. I think that is important, and I think sometimes some people may have challenges, and those challenges, someone may say, "Oh, they want that challenge. They want to use it to their advantage." But I think through education and understanding, hearing about the challenge that someone has may help you understand them, and it also makes other people feel comfortable with the same challenges that they have or other types of challenges because it's all goes back to what we were just talking about with even generationally with differences. It's you can all work better together if you have understanding. So if you know that somebody has, again, dyslexia, it's not that they're incapable. It's not that they're not intelligent or unable to do something. It's they just have difficulty reading. It does not make them, you know, quote, dumb or stupid. It's just, but if you understand that, you may have a little more patience for them or patience with them, and they can still, it makes them feel comfortable, it makes them feel safe, and they can do better and perform better at work. So I think it is important to raise awareness to that, those types of challenges and other, like you said, superpowers that people have.
And it can become very practical, like, or sorry, let me rephrase. There are some practical implications to like to that. Doing a slideshow, preparing slides for people with dyslexia. If you have colleagues that are dyslexic,
Yeah.
how will you put your slides together? How much text will you write? How much will you say? Will you depend on people reading something while you say something else? Like how much of the message will come across to all of your colleagues or whoever is in the audience? Like if you need to think about the full accessibility matrix as a presenter, I've been thinking about color blindness.
That's
Like,
a big one.
there's a big one as
Yeah,
well. Like I wonder
presentation.
why slides are even friendly to people with that are challenged that way. I actually don't know. I wish there was a, and I think there are, maybe are some features inside PowerPoint saying, "Hey, check this for me." There's an accessibility checker, but I don't know the full extent of that.
I did see somewhere, and I don't recall, maybe someone could share it with us, but there was a tool for that.
To
And
check.
to check for. I heard about it on another podcast one time. They were talking about the ADA with website accessibility for, and a lot of that website accessibility was for color blindness and people that have visual challenges for reading and the like. So that would be good if PowerPoint
Yeah,
had something
I
we
never
could.
thought about that. That's it's when you're presenting, right? When you're preparing, you're choosing the right visuals, to convey, and can they see it? I guess, and that whatever you're trying to show is they're getting value out of that. It's like,
good.
and I'm gonna redo my presentation. I gotta check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
everyone should do that. So, what is the energy that you feel with everyone here, and whom you may have had conversations, or just the general vibe that you have as you're walking through the showroom areas, the exhibition, which will start this evening as the time of this recording, but also all of the sessions that we have. There are a lot of sessions with a lot of people. So, what do you take away from the energy and the vibe and the feeling from the registrants?
I think everyone's excited to be here and learn. I mean, everyone that I've interacted with, a lot of them, it's their first time here too. A lot of the users. So maybe we're just getting back into conferences after COVID, and people are starting to feel more comfortable. And the community feeling is definitely here. Seeing old friends and hugging in the hallway and meeting new friends, and it feels good, to be here. And I've gone to many summits, right? This is not our first summit, and it's your
Eh,
first summit. It'd be interesting to get your
Oh, I
feedback,
did not know this was
but
your first summit.
yeah, it feels good. And I think the expo is going to be amazing tonight. Everyone together in the same room.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to speaking with you on Thursday or Friday when we talk about the energy, because it's day one. Everybody has that energy.
Be tired.
Everyone become towards the end of the week.
Before, after.
We have to have a before and after. It'd be interesting to see how Søren is over here after he has these late
This is-
night.
This is
late
me
night
on day
events.
1 of summit. This is me on day 2 of summit. Me on day 3 of summit.
Yeah. No, I think you said, I mean, I just copy a lot of what you just said. It feels like, so much energy, especially post COVID. As a first time summit person, it's it, coming back to my previous comment about this feel like to me, because this is end user conference first and foremost, it seems, then there's just a different vibe. A lot of great energy. You can clearly feel that people are invested into learning. Like they just want to improve their everyday or learn to how to take the next step in their business or planning for the future. There are different motivations for coming here,
Yes.
obviously, right?
No,
And it's just great to witness that, and it's everything down from the small tips how to be more proficient or to planning, the next migration to, take the next step with your business. It's everything.
Yeah.
I think as a speaker, it feels different too, because, we all attend partner events, and a majority of the conferences you go to are partners, right? And as a speaker, actually seeing someone in the audience go, or come up and run up to you afterwards, like, because you're delivering content they need right then and there, it feels different, than even like a directions, right? I mean, you guys have spoke at partner events, and it feels different.
It is.
They're very
There is. It's a different, as Søren had mentioned, the motivation for being at that conference is different. They're all great conferences. The energy here is different than those because again, the motivation is not partners learning to help with their businesses and work with other partners. Here, the focus is end users coming to learn, to explore should I move to Business Central? We're talking about Business Central. Or what are the new features of Business Central that I can use in my business? So it's not the business building among the members that come. It's more of I'm here to learn to help improve my business. So that the energy is completely different, and it's a lot of fun. So
I think for me, the most significant feeling, if you will, or impression, I think is that goes for any conference, but I think here it will be more profound, or no, it will feel more different. So it's always humbling as being part of the group where we built the product, built Business Central. It's always humbling to go to a partner conference to see all these people who build a business, upon that product and work with that product every day. Seeing thousands of people just work with that product. Now you could just multiply that here with all the people who are then using the product. That's a truly humbling experience.
I can see that, and I can see how you could appreciate that, because now you can see the fruits of all your effort and the improvements that you're making with, I know you work heavily with the onboarding and a lot with the application, and you can now see how everybody, not from the partner perspective, but from the end user perspective. So
Yes,
I'm curious to hear the feedback that you get during the week.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Me too.
That'd be good. Okay, we'll have a quick conversation. I know everyone's busy. The expo hall is about to open, so I just wanted to thank you both for taking the time to talk with us with day one. But we'll have to catch up tomorrow for day two to see how you feel. And I do want to see the
Don't record in the morning because we're probably
No, we will
dragging
record in the
ourselves.
evening. We'll do well, that's not only that, but to see the progression towards the week of how exhausted everybody is because of all of the events that are going on. There is so much going on. There are sessions all day long, so many sessions to choose from. The expo hall has a lot of great partners that are showing the services and the offerings they have to help enhance businesses. And then there are also some festivities to participate and network with some of the 6,000 people that are here. So a lot of late nights. I know myself, I haven't slept too much since I've been here, and I'm looking forward to
6,000 people. Wow.
yes, that's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
people.
a lot of people.
All right, so thank you very much. We appreciate you taking the time with us, and
Thank
look
you.
forward to talking with you soon. All right.
Thank you.
All right, ciao, ciao.
Thank you, Kris, for your time for another episode of In the Dynamics Corner Chair. And thank you to our guests for participating.
Thank you, Brad, for your time. It is a wonderful episode of Dynamics Corner Chair. I would also like to thank our guests for joining us. Thank you for all of our listeners tuning in as well. You can find Brad at developerlife.com. That is DVLPRLIFE.com. And you can interact with them via Twitter, DVLPRLIFE. You can also find me at matalino.io, MATALINO.io. And my Twitter handle is matalino16. And you can see those links down below in the show notes. Again, thank you, everyone. Thank you, and take care.